Hello and welcome back to the Nothing Nothing Reports on episode 3, or qualifier round 3 of the American Song Contest. And before we begin, we will briefly cover last week and the people who got saved. The saved people were Chloe Fredericks from North Dakota with Can't Make You Love Me, Broderick Jones Tell Me from Kansas, and Jonah Prill Fire It Up. Those who was saved last week. And so, without further ado, let's get to the regular show. To this episode, last week's episode now. First up, we had Grant Knoche with Mr. Independent from Texas. This was a dark pop song, and I hated it. I just do not like dark pop, or not a lot of it. This was not it for me, and that was a no. And then we had Brittany Pfantz with Now You Do from Louisiana. She sounded very Adele, and I thought this was a very Eurovision-y thing. Adele, Celine Dion, because Celine Dion won back in 1987, 88, so it could work. And then next up we had Tyler Brandon from Tennessee with 17. This song was the jury selected song. I was fine with it. I was okay with the vote. It wasn't my favorite, but it was in my top 5, so I'm okay with it. Then next up we had Brooke Alexx from I Don't Take Pictures Anymore from New Jersey. It was okay. It's a modern song. It's better. But the song choice at least last week was better than the week before, episode 2 at least. At least I was more awake for most of it. Then next up was Nikki/Co with The Difference from Alabama. If any of you know on this channel, based on my music history or my record hall playlist, that I like old music, and this song sounded like old style duets, very Muscle Shoals. This is a recording studio, or these are recording studios down in Alabama. It has that sound. It sounded really good. I liked it. Don't think it's gonna make it, but we'll see. And then next up is Al-Zahab Olive with Flirt from Florida, and I apologize, I can't pronounce that. Before I get to the song, I will mention Alabama's song with the duets. I think could win Eurovision. Yeah, that's happened. Florida, I said, is also very Eurovision-y. It's got that Spanish vibe. It could be old style Eurovision, Spanish wins kind of thing like that. But her song Flirt was okay. It's just not my thing, but it was okay. And then next up we had Jewel, which was the big name, representing Alaska with The Story. It sounded fine. It sounded a lot like another song I've heard. I can't remember which one it is offhand. I don't know if it's another Jewel song or if it's another artist and she sounds similar to that, but regardless, Jewel's song was one of the better ones of the night in my opinion. And then next up we had Jessie Lapradi with Not Alone from South Carolina. Really, I don't remember the song much. It was fine, I think is what it was, but just not my favorite. And then next up we had Judd with Bad Girl from South Dakota. And they said they were a rock group, and they were going to have guitars and all sorts of stuff. And it sounded like not One Direction. It sounded like Coldplay, and that's not really rock the way they were describing it to me. Coldplay is rock, yes, I agree, but it wasn't what they were describing themselves as. And then we had a Nitro with the song Train from Delaware. I liked it. It was very Grace Jones era. I think it should have been the Judd pick, but obviously not. And then the Northern Mariana Islands came in with their representative with Sabyu with Sunsets and Seaturtles. This was definitely the loco. This is the island's representative territory song specialty, and it was fine. I liked it. And then we had the last state with Colorado with Field of Love by Riker Lynch. And I like the song. Wasn't my biggest favorites. My big favorites were Jewel and The Difference. But, of course, that means not, because it's all up to fan vote. And when I checked this, I did not use my normal check YouTube numbers. I looked at Spotify this time. And it seems the 3 songs that'll be saved is I Don't Take Pictures Anymore, Flirt, and Field Love. So that will likely mean that the ones that are eliminated will be Mr. Independent, Now You Do, The Difference, The Story, Not Alone, Bad Girl, Train, and Sunsets and Seaturtles. And with that, I thank you for watching. I will be watching the new episode tonight, because I film these on Mondays, as is now the standard. And I hope to see you next week on Monday. For what will be episode 4, where we have states from Arizona from Hawaii to and we have both Washingtons fighting it out, Washington D.C. and Washington, and we get Nevada. With that, I thank you for watching, and check out the playlist with the NothingNothing Report American Song Contest if you have missed one of these, or you'd like to hear my opinion on some of the previous songs, or want to recap. And with that, I hope have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you again.